Welcome back to Adult Beverages.
Yeah.
And this is where you're like, what the F is going on now, type of thing.
Well, it's funny because I think the gin and tonic is coming at a, like, adjacently good time. It's well timed. I should rephrase that. Because it's going to come out really wrong. There's like a bit of... There's a bit of an irony that we're kind of in this, like, the whole world is in this, like, pandemic state of, like, self-quarantine, and we are drinking gin and tonics because gin and tonic was used to combat malaria. So, I don't know how it fares against coronavirus or COVID-19, however you want to phrase it, but I thought it was ironic that we were doing gin and tonics at this time.
Absolutely. Well, I was going to say, I'm going to tell you a story.
All right.
So, this bottle of gin, Bombay
Yes.
Sapphire, limited edition, English estate, was bought for me by my work colleague and buddy Matt while we were in India. So, while we were in India, he bought me a bottle of gin, which is the English estate, specifically brewed to taste like an English estate. But it was like a really, really kind thing for him to do. And so I thought we should make a video about it.
Yeah.
So Bombay Sapphire, it's very interesting. It's like one of the typical high-end gin brands. I remember because I used to be a bartender, I used to sell it. It's like, well, it's got 10 botanicals, which are the 10 flavors. This actually is a special limited edition called English Estate, which has additional flavors, 3 additional botanicals: pennyroyal mint, rosehip, and hazelnut, to capture the essence of the English garden.
Okay.
And Matt picked this up in Mumbai, India, and brought it all the way back to America, I guess, by way of an Englishman. But this is good. So, the story I'm going to tell is probably the most obnoxious and douchey thing I've ever done.
Okay.
And there have been some things, but this is good.
Sure.
So my buddy Matt and I went to India, and one of the promises we made ourselves was we are going to have like a world-class gin and tonic while we're in India, because of the whole English thing and all 4 of my grandparents like being in India at the same time and stuff like that. So we said we were going to go and have it. We'd originally planned, I think, the Taj Mahal Hotel, which is an amazing hotel built by Jimjatsi Tata in 1903. We ended up going to a different Taj Hotel. It was very interesting. It's one of our last nights there.
Right.
And we were both like mentally exhausted. I think we're both like extroverted, introverted people, where it's like we can be on for a certain amount of time, and then it's just like we just need to chill out. So we sat down at this bar, and there was a bartender called Jason.
Okay.
Who was an Indian gentleman, and it was like one of his first days on the job, and so I said, let's have a gin and tonic. And so he poured a gin and tonic, and basically did what I call the English style gin and tonics, where he measured 50 milliliters of this using a little jigger cup.
Sure.
Because that's what they do in India and Britain and stuff like that, whereas
Yeah.
in America they just slosh it in. I love it.
Yeah.
And then he poured it right to the top with tonic water, and then he put in like 2 ice cubes, and then he spooned out a thing of lime and put it in there.
Okay.
Which is exactly how it in England. It tastes disgusting. And this is where I was completely douchey. I was like, Jason, I'm going to put that away, get 2 more glasses, I'm going to teach you how to make a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And this was like probably the most obnoxious douchey thing I could ever do. But I like said, okay, you get a fresh lime. And it was very enjoyable. So you cut your lime. And of course, the first thing you do, you've got a glass there, is the lime.
Okay.
Dun dun dun, is you rim it round the glass, like this.
Okay.
Then you squeeze it and drop it in. Then you get your ice. 1 second.
Okay.
And of course, maybe this is an American thing, but
Yeah.
because in England they always do like 1 or 2 ice cubes and things, but in America it's always you fill her up.
Yeah.
To at least like oh wow, this is defeated by physics here.
Yeah.
Okay. This is like this is the same. Right. Okay. I think that's good enough. Yeah. And I used to just like slosh the glass in and then a bartender I work with is like, well, if you break the glass, then it's the same colour as the ice. So
That's actually really smart.
It is, I know.
Yeah,
So then you
fucking
add
brilliant.
the gin,
Okay.
which is, you want a precise measure of 1/3 gin to 2/3 tonic.
Okay.
And we should have some fancy tonic. Unfortunately, we don't. But it's still
Schweppes.
And it's still a fresh thing. So.
Yeah.
So this is the gin and tonic I instructed Jason to make.
Okay.
And then Matt came over and you see, I was a complete douche. I was like, well, Jason, show me what you learned. Make us 2 gin and tonics. And he did. And he made them. And they were world-class gin and tonics. And that was one of my best moments in India, was drinking gin and tonic.
Yes.
So here we go. And then you and I have drunk a lot of gin and tonics.
It's so funny. I was at a wedding last weekend, and like it's always interesting to be like, what are you gonna drink at a wedding? Because you don't want to get like plastered. You know what I mean? And at the same time, like there's not always like great scotch. There's not always like there's not like craft beer. It's just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna drink. So I went with a gin and tonic. And a friend that I used to live with was like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" I said, "Gin and tonic," and she was like, "Oh, you're back on that?" Because like I mean, I would drink like I would be drinking gin and tonics like. Let me tell you, malaria was like shaking in its boots the way I would drink. Like I would enter the bar and like before I entered my seat, like Norman Cheers, they would just start pouring a gin and tonic and like a double. So anyway, I've drank a lot of gin and tonics. I've drank a lot of gin and tonics with you.
It's funny because we went to Imbible, which was that
true.
off-Broadway show, which was all about the history of gin and tonic. Then we bought Gineology, and we were going to do the Tupperware parties for gin.
Oh yeah,
which we never quite. It's definitely
Solid.
mintier, but it's really good.
It is mintier, yeah. I can definitely taste the extra botanicals, and I'm not just saying that. Truly, there you can definitely taste the difference in this.
So yeah, and I was really happy. It was just nice because it had a story attached to it. So I had my perfect gin and tonic in India, and now I've got a little something to.
Yeah. Do you don't typically like Bombay Sapphire, right? That's one that you kind of like.
It's not one I poo-pooed. It was Plymouth gin is my favourite.
Okay.
And then I would probably go for like Beefeater and then Bombay Sapphire. But I think part of
Tanqueray is the one that you don't.
Yeah, my rule with gin is anything but Tanqueray.
Okay.
Because I literally have like a New Amsterdam or like.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't mind New Amsterdam.
I don't mind New Amsterdam, which that's pretty good. It's like when you have like Uncle Charles Old London gin. It's like $9.99 for a litre bottle. That's still better than Tanqueray.
That's really interesting. I'm not. I don't mind Tanqueray.
I don't know what it is. There's something about the flavour that just.
I'd say I don't like it, but I'm not like a gin expert. For all the gin, for all the G&Ts that I drank, I think I usually went with like Tanqueray. Maybe I would like Fray Away. Maybe I would go to like House every once in a while. I don't know what their house was at that time.
I don't know, because I remember the reason I got into that when I first moved to America, gin and tonic was my drink, and everywhere I went, they would make me gin and tonic made with Tanqueray, and I was like, this tastes disgusting.
Yeah.
What happened to Gordon's? And then I got more into it, but
yeah, this is a little bit. This might be like the maybe I'm tasting more of the tonic than the gin, but I think this is a little bit sweeter.
Yeah. Now it's funny, we ran out of tonic and I started drinking this with orange juice, gin and juice, and it was actually really good.
Gin and juice.
Because the mint actually really, because that's what they do with like lemonade and stuff. You put a little mint in it, and so I was like, this is
that's
pretty
really
good.
interesting. No, you can definitely taste the mint. This is really good.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. It was a fun story. So thank you, Matt, for
That's good.
purchasing that, and that is
Till next time. Hopefully everybody's okay. Everybody. If you're watching this, I guess you are. Or
do you know, funnily enough, so I was in India and you had to take anti-malaria medication, and the problem is there's no vaccine for malaria, so you just take the medication that they hate, which is quinine. So like legitimately there is a medical reason for taking.
No, there is right, exactly. I didn't. When I explained the story at the top of the hour, like it's not at the top of the video. It's not like there is a medical reason, because it was like, and they added because it was like the quinine was like too bitter or something, right? Like they didn't like it, like it was like you couldn't like bear the taste, and they had to mix it with other stuff, and that's why
And so
There's-
tonic
and that's why
water.
there's so much sugar in tonic water, because they had to cover up the taste of the quinine, right?
Because I remember when we were trying to give up sugar for a bit or something, we were
We're
like,
trying to do like low carb,
and we were like, is gin and tonic low carb? And it's like, no,
there's like
not
32
at all.
grams of carbs in tonic water. What actually is the 33 grams?
But we tried the
Right.
diet and it was just revolting.
Yeah, I think we also went with like club soda, and that was not.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. I mean, yeah.
I think we've realised that you can't really do diet things that don't taste as good.
No, and they're just replacing with aspartame, and that's cancer causing.
Exactly. It's like so we want to get
Yeah.
diabetes or cancer.
Right.
Or both.
So,
Right. Anyway, we will wrap this up now. But
Till next time, and stay tuned for more videos. We'll try and get back on track. But we have lives. Come on, people. Watch more, and then we'll get paid with advertisements. So it's your fault that we're not putting up more content. Blame yourself. Look inward.
this is the new thing with the
This
Trump
is
presidency. We've learned that you should blame.
Just
other
blame
people.
other people. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm not responsible.
Jewish mother guilt and Trump's presidency. That's Well, till next time. Cheers.